Hello and welcome to Wake Up to Racing on the Heart of Racing, your YouTube channel dedicated to the sport of horse racing. I've looked through the cards for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday and there's not really much I like, in all honesty. However, I did think to myself what a good time this would be to go over one of the big races of the season, the Cheltenham Gold Cup in March. So that's what we're going to look at today, and we're going to go through each runner, or majority of the runners, and see what kind of chance they've got in the race. So, for those of you who don't know what the Cheltenham Festival is, Cheltenham Festival is one of the big weeks of racing in the Jumped calendar, starting on the 14th of March and ending on the 17th of March with Gold Cup Day, which is the race we're going to go through today. But the whole week includes some cracking races, and through the next couple of weeks I'm going to look into a majority of these races and see what kind of horses we like and see if there are any good anti-post picks for those races. Now, let's start off with Don Cossack. Don Cossack, the winner of last year's Gold Cup. Rumoured to run in the race again this year, however in the last week it has been announced he is being retired. So Gordon Elliott is retiring the horse, which is a massive shame really. Don Cossack, a massive champion in the jumped racing world. But good luck to the whole team around Don Cossack with the retirement of the horse. And Cossack, you were a massive champion. One of the horses that's sure to be lining up in that field, and that's Thistlecrack. Thistlecrack, the King George winner on Boxing Day a couple of weeks back. I watched this horse and it was an incredible performance by Thistlecrack. Stunning horse. I mean, last season won one of the big races at Cheltenham over hurdles, started going chasing later on in the year, and in all honesty it looked a bit iffy to begin with. I thought it's making a few mistakes and I'm not sure whether this is going to be a chaser. However, after that debut run, it started to improve, and I now think this is one of the best chasers that the racing world's ever seen. It is an incredible horse. But the thing is, can this horse be opposed? Can it? Is there anything in that field that can beat it? I think Thistlecrack is 10 to 11 on at the moment, and you know, it's a solid favourite at the moment. Can something beat it? That's what we're going to look into today. Okay, Native River, second favourite in the field, 6 to 1, the Welsh National and the Hennessy winner. Now another one trained by Colin Tizzard. Thistlecrack also trained by Colin Tizzard, but this man, like I said in the last vlog, he's sending out some absolute beasts at the moment. That yard's probably got more left in there. Finian's Oscar the other week looked solid over hurdles, and I still think that could be a really, really good chaser. Now, one thing we know about Native River, it's going to get the distance. If you're going to win the Hennessy and you're going to win the Welsh National, you know it's going to get the distance of the Gold Cup. We don't know about that with Thistlecrack at the moment. Can it get that distance? In my opinion, I'm sure it will. But Native River, we know. It's a solid shout that it's going to get distance. Matt Chapman from At The Races and ITV Racing, he has said that Native River is a solid each-way bet in his opinion. Now, one thing I will say is that ITV Racing, their coverage at the moment has been absolutely fantastic. Without sounding cringy, they've had big boots to fill from Channel 4. But I think they've done well. Ollie Bell, Mick Fitzgerald, Matt Chapman, Ed Chamberlain and the whole team there have been absolutely smashing. So congratulations to all the team there. So Native River each way is the pick from Matt Chapman. Not my pick, to be honest, but I mean a solid pick nevertheless. Now let's talk about this card in the corner here, Q card. Okay, went into the King George. I mean, it was on for the £1 million bonus. If it had won that race, then it would go into the Gold Cup, just needing that win for the £1 million bonus for the season. However, the fact it didn't get the King George, I wouldn't personally be targeting it at the Gold Cup. I wouldn't target it there. There's another race at Cheltenham it could go for, and it is entered in that race, which is the Ryanair Chase, which I think it's 9 to 2, I want to say. I think it's 9 to 2 for that race, and for the Gold Cup I think it's around 8 to 1, 10 to 1 with most bookmakers. So a solid shout for Colin Tizzard is send it to the Ryanair Chase, okay, and win another race at Cheltenham. Don't send all your big guns into one race. But who knows, he might decide to do that, and if he does send all the big guns in there, I'm sure he's going to have the win of that race. But Q card for me, not my pick for that race. Lovely horse. I mean, it starts its career at Fontwell, my local course, and I'm a big fan. It's the people's horse, really. Everyone loves it. But I think if it's going to go for a race, it should go for the Ryanair Chase, and I think it should be the winner of that race. Jackadam, solid horse. I mean, it's placed a couple of times in this Gold Cup. However, watching it in the Lexus Chase on the 28th of December, I'm just not sure whether it's the same horse and whether it's going to get into those placings again. The horse that beat it, Outlander. Now, this is my pick, 20-1 with most bookmakers in the Gigginstown colours for Gordon Elliott. I don't think it's been talked about enough really by any of the pundits. Matt Chapman, he's not really mentioned it. He's mentioned Jackadam, saying it should get into the top 5, and maybe it will. But Outlander at 20-1, what a solid shout this is. It won that Lexus Chase, and this is my pick. I've actually already had an anti-post bet on this at 20-1, but wow, this horse was pretty impressive in my opinion in that Lexus under Jack Kennedy, and I think it's going to go and it will challenge Thistlecrack. No one knows, you know, whether Thistlecrack's going to get that distance, like I said earlier. But Outlander is going to get that distance, and I think it's quite an impressive horse. So Outlander in the Gigginstown colours for Gordon Elliott is my pick. Probably not just each way, but I think it could go on and win that race. So just watch out for Outlander, see what happens after its next run if it gets one. Okay, Coney Green now. Coney Green, what a solid horse this is. I've actually put it down in my notebook as one to watch for the Gold Cup this year. However, it has been announced that Coney Green will be missing the rest of the season. And unfortunately for Coney Green fans and lovers, I think personally this is the end of the road for Coney Green in terms of Gold Cup attempts. I don't think it will run again in 2018. I think this was its last opportunity. Doesn't mean it's not going to win a big race in the future. It still could go on and win a good staying chase. But I think that's it for Coney Green. I don't think it's going to go on in 2018 and win this race. Now, moving on to a horse that it's not been talked about enough, just like Outlander. Don Polly, a horse that was placed last season. I actually had it each way as an anti-post bet at 16-1 for the Gold Cup last year, and it was a solid shout. As one of my friends would say, it stays for days, Don Polly. It just keeps going, it doesn't stop running, and that day it didn't. Maybe it's not going to win, but I think it's going to be up there in the placings. It came second in the Lexus behind Outlander and Jackadam in third. So if Jackadam's 8-1 in the market for the Gold Cup, and Don Polly's sitting there at 33s and Outlander at 20s, definitely the ones to go for over Jackadam in my opinion. Now, in terms of Gigginstown colours, Outlander, he's certainly my pick, and he's the one that I would be going for. Like I said, not just each way, maybe even to win. I hope you've enjoyed this Gold Cup special, and I hope it's given you some information, especially if you are having an anti-post bet on the Gold Cup on the 17th of March. I hope it's given you some information and a little bit of insight into how the race could go. If I had to pick the 3 horses that will be in the top 3, I think number 1, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Thistlecrack. I want to say Outlander, but I think Thistlecrack's just going to be too good for the whole field, and Thistlecrack's going to win it. It might be heart in the mouth stuff, but I still think Thistlecrack's got that class to go on and win that race. Outlander for me in second. Do think it's going to go challenge Thistlecrack, but I think Outlander second, 20-1. What a solid each way bet this could be. And in third, I think Native River for Colin Tizard. It's got many runners in the field, but Native River for Colin Tizard probably going to be ridden by Richard Johnson that day. Moving on to Thursday's vlog, Thursday, Friday Fever. We're going to look at Thursdays and Fridays cards, see if there's anything we like on those cards. And we'll also look at the news for the week, the racing news, especially around the Kempton issue and other issues in racing, or any positive news from the racing world, and there's a lot of it to talk about. So please tune in on Thursday morning. Once again, thank you to all of you who have shared the videos, all of you that have supported, all of you that have subscribed to the videos, and just thank you. It's, like I said, it's a massive dream for me to talk about racing to a wide audience, and this is one step in the right direction, so thank you so much. Now, I'll join you on Thursday morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.